Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to the virtual Kansas Speedway for round 4 of this 4th season of the OP Racing Throwback Series. My name is Dawson Wise. You're watching live coverage tonight on PGR eSports as we get you ready for 135 laps of racing here at the fast and as always, chaotic Kansas Speedway. The Gen 4 cars are back. Your favorite drivers are back. And we are ready to get this one underway for the first time here tonight. Again, round 4 of this series. This is getting to be an interesting start, kind of a chaotic one to start the year at Daytona, back-to-back interesting finishes. It featured some late race restarts, but in both of our last 2 races, it's been Andrew Freenach that's come away with the victory in the 84. And it's been in pretty dominant fashion. Again, he is coming to the series, taking the series by storm, and forced a few of our veterans, a few of our returning members to take note and up their game just a little bit as we get into the meat of this schedule. We'll bring our tower up, show you how much time there is remaining in the qualifying session. And you might notice, well, where is Andrew Freenach? Why is he on the pole? It's because he's running third as Christian Strader lays down a blistering 30.14 second lap. Will that hold for the pole? We'll wait and see. Before now, we'll get into some of the storylines coming into this one. Again, Kansas, the 4th race of the season, an interesting start, a good point start for a couple guys like a Freenach, like a Christian Strader, and a couple of others as well. Hunter Carlson with a really nice start to the season until last week. Kind of the luck all went out the door. A couple guys returning tonight as well. Welcome back TJ Spainhour, Rusty Modesty, a couple of others as well. Matt Hayden makes his return tonight to this series as well. So a couple guys returning and a couple of new drivers as well entering in tonight's 4th race. Chris Bundy will make his first start in the series, currently on the outside looking in of our top 10, but was for a moment inside the top 10. Gerald Berlin as well, currently slated 25th on the racetrack. He'll be making his series debut here tonight. Greg Bourbonier, welcome back. He missed last week's race as well. A couple of others also missing last week, but coming back this week. I want to welcome back everybody that's back. I want to welcome in everybody that's new. We are ready for a fun night of racing. 135 laps over the next couple hours. So glad that you've decided to join me. Right after this is going to be the Intimidator Super Speedway Series. The Craftsman trucks headed to Talladega Super Speedway for 60 laps of action. Go check that one out. Austin Green, Matt Metler will have you all the way there on PGR eSports. But we have business to attend to here first before we start. If you like what you see, like, subscribe. PGR eSports approaching the 1,000 subscriber mark. It's surreal to say. It's only been around for less than a year, and we're already approaching that huge milestone. So if you all could, please get the word out. We're almost there. We just need a few more. Would love to have you along for the ride. The big things that are coming, mainly the PGR Championship race, which I'll talk about tonight, and the PGR 500, which I'll talk about tonight. More details have been revealed for that race, so we'll talk about that as the night goes on. But now it's time to start attending to some business here at the Kansas Speedway. So we get you ready for 135 laps. We're going to go down trackside and get you the starting grid. Get you to the starting grid. On the pole, driver the 29, the Season 2 champ of this series is going to be Christian Strader in the 29 machine. Starting second will be Richard Maligani in the 22. Another really good qualifying effort for him. Row 2, Tyler Bentley, Maligani's teammate, the 55, the Season 1 champion. Will start alongside Adam Pettit in the number 60 machine. I believe he will have a number fixed on the time scoring as well as the car, so it should show up 60 or both. Row 3, Andrew Freenach. There he is, the winner of back-to-back races in the Throwback Series. A couple weeks ago at Las Vegas, last week in Rockingham, looking to make it 3 for 3 in his career. He'll start from 5th. It'll be Matt Hayden making his return to the series. For Misfits Motorsports, he'll start from 6th. Row 4, Casey Pfeiffer in the 87, looking to have a good run tonight. He'll start 7th. It'll be Hunter Carlson, starting 8th in the 32. Row 5, Rusty Modesty in the 5 machine. Returns to the series tonight alongside Jerry West in the 01. He'll start from 10th. Starting 11th, TJ Spainhour makes his Well, with that, we say good evening, kinda. Good evening, part 2, and welcome back into Kansas Speedway. As I was dealing with some technical issues, as I did a few weeks ago. It was either Daytona or Las Vegas. I had to deal with these same issues, and they come up again tonight. We should be all set to go now, so welcome back in. Tell everybody it's still Throwback Night in America. That still counts. It's still Thursday. We got some issues, but we didn't miss a ton. Less than 10 laps complete, and already under the first caution flag of the night. So you have not missed much. You cannot get to the starting grid all the time, but we'll kind of get through who's in the field, where they're running throughout the course of tonight's race. It's Christian Schrader leading the way. Another new paint job. I don't know how he keeps finding these. The Good Wrench ET Chevrolet leads the field back into the race start zone to be Andrew Freenage to his outside. The winner of 2 straight into the restart zone. Lap 9, green flag, 127 laps to go at the Kansas Speedway. Schrader, car length lead off towards turn number 1, and we're kind of underway. Schrader will drive away by a moment here as Bentley and Freenage battle for position number 2. Freenage wins the battle. He'll go to the second spot. He'll dive to the inside, look for the lead. Freenage, not a great qualifying effort, but looking to make up for it here early in the race. Schrader in the middle. Freenage on the bottom. Who's willing to drive it harder off turn 4 and maintain the lead? The high lane at Kansas. Going to be a big advantage to Christian Schrader tonight, who loves to run up off the bottom of the racetrack. Bentley, Maligani, the teammates, settled in nicely to 3rd and 4th. It's Matt Hayden that runs 5th as we run on lap number 10, and we got a new leader. Andrew Freenage drives all the way around. Schrader not able to maintain, gets the wall, and is going to get passed by a couple other cars here as he's on the backslide. Tyler Bentley, one of the only cars last week I thought had the speed for Andrew Freenage over a longer run, and there were several that I thought had the speed. Lee Robinson was one of them. He currently runs back all the way in 22nd on the racetrack right now. Bentley was one of the ones I thought had the speed for Freenage over the longer term of a race. We'll see if that is indeed the case in tonight's event as Bentley tries to hold off Schrader. Maligani, Hayden, a bit of a train forming here for second as Freenage attempts to drive away. Already a 4/10 difference between he and Tyler Bentley. So this 4-car battle for second. I was going to start my way back through the field, but this is a bit of a traffic jam right up here around the second position. So these 4 all run nose to tail. And all run relatively different lines on the racetrack. Bentley into the white line, Schrader a lane off of it, Maligani half a lane, and Matt Hayden kind of a quarter of a lane. Kind of all unique lines there. For second, Schrader again. He'll dive to the inside. Bentley will run that middle lane, which has proven to be good so far. As the tires get older, it'll only get better, and as they lay some rubber down in that lane, it'll get a little bit better as well. Bentley going to hold on that spot, half a car length, still side by side as they race back down towards turn number 1. Maligani waits, he is 4th. Hayden waits in 5th, and then kind of that traffic jam starts to approach from on back of these guys as well. As Adam Pettit in the 60, a bit of a new look on that car. Simi Cube, SM Racing, aboard that machine, but a little bit different look for the 60. We saw him kind of running the black, blue, and yellow paints for the first 3 weeks. Now changes it up just a little. He's 6th and starting to run down this battle. Rusty Modesty is 7th. Casey Pfeiffer is 8th. Hunter Carlson is 9th. And TJ Spainhour is 10th. And this is a traffic jam of all traffic jams. Not a ton of separation from about 2nd all the way back through about 12th. Separated by basically 2 seconds, maybe even less. Actually, 1.7 seconds separates 2nd from 12th. Josh Tarrant Hill, welcome back to the series of Pontiac. The Pennzoil colors aboard his machine as he battles Travis Butt for the 11th spot, but he is welcomed back to the series this week. As we work lap 15, they're going to be not quite as fast and furious as last week at Rockingham, but not quite as many laps either. Freenage, Bentley, Schrader, Hayden, Maligani, your top 5. We went through the rest of the top 10. Let's go through some of the guys further back. Nathan Nixon runs 13th right now with Tim Henderson 14th. Justin German is in 15th. He was another car I thought had really good speed. Finished on the podium last week, and if he'd have had a green flag run, I think he would have had something for Freenage. Greg Bourbonier and Lee Robinson battle for 16th as Robinson has worked his way up 6 spots through the field as he jumps on the nose. Trouble up in front. One car was in trouble. Casey Pfeiffer's around the 87. Is going to get turned, and he's going to bring TJ Spainhour into it. As these two get sideways, and we'll bring out the second caution flag of the night. We saw it start Right there between the 87 and the 13. Let's go back and take another look as the 87 of Casey Pfeiffer was the first car I saw getting out of shape, and I actually saw it well before it started. I saw it right here as he tries to run up by the wall, and it's going to let that car get out a little too far, and it's going to get some contact. He's trying to run the fence, and unfortunately the car slides out from under him, and he's going to get the wall, and he's going to stay on the wall here for a decent amount of time. And Spainhour, it's his natural arc out of the corner when he comes to him here, and just not much he can do except run his natural line. And even if he's on the brakes right there, just in these cars, not much you can really do in terms of keeping it grounded. It's sliding really the whole time. And Spainhour nowhere to go. Josh Tarrant Hill gets a piece of it as well. We were just talking about him as he gets into the back of the 87. So a tough break there. Another caution flag going to come out. Let's go to a different angle here. Drone cam not really giving us much. Let's go up top. That's not really giving us much either. But you'll see Spainhour come into it. You see Pfeiffer's in the wall, in the wall, in the wall. And Spainhour's really just running his natural arc off the corner and gets into the 87 and 74 nowhere to go. Not a ton of damage on any of these cars that I could see. And again, kind of speaks to, you know, these cars being a little bit of tanks sometimes. Taking a lot of damage. Here's Pfeiffer, and there's Spainhour, and here comes Tarrant Hill, and these cars impossible to slow down. And Tarrant Hill piles into the back. Not the start to the race that any of these three gentlemen wanted, and they'll be forced to come fix some damage and try to make their way back to the front. Kind of an interesting mix of strategies here. Chad Meadows, Stephen Luttrell going to stay out on the speedway. Greg Bourbonnais are going to follow in their footsteps. It's Freenage, Hayden, Bentley, Strader, Maligani, Pettit, Modesty, Carlson, all coming off pit road. Now Bourbonnais will make the left turn, so he will actually come down to pit road. But Meadows and Luttrell are going to stay out and try to fend off the advance of Andrew Freenage. This could create some early race chaos with 117 laps to go. So we have 116 to go. We take the green flag. It'll be Meadows, Luttrell, Freenage, Hayden, Strader, the top five, then Bentley, Maligani, Carlson, Modesty, Tarrant Hill. Barbara Pinion in the chat, pulling for an early Christmas present for the faster passer, Stoney Benfield. He's up several spots from where he started and sits just outside the top 15 as they run right here on the outside of row number 8. And Benfield been one of the more consistent drivers of the season in this series. We'll see if he can continue that here tonight. As of last week, Benfield 16th in the point standings. Well, Meadows and Luttrell, they have their work cut out for them with fresh tires out back and some fast race cars out back. Green flag back in the air. We are underway once again on lap number 20. And it's a big jump for Chad Meadows. Luttrell left in the dust. He'll lose second immediately to Freenage. And now how long can Chad Meadows stay out front? The 84 going to be quickly to his bumper here. It's just a matter of how hard Meadows wants to drive him. Will he give him a spot? Going to drive across his nose. Going to make it a little bit difficult. Freenage going to go to the top, all the way to the top. The first guy we've seen run that third lane. And will he get around Meadows this way? You best believe he will. Wow, okay. A show of force early on from Andrew Freenage as he takes the point back from Chad Meadows using the outside. Now will drop back to the bottom. Meadows runs second. He'll be caught here by Tyler Bentley in just a moment. The 55 is bearing down on him. This is going to be the battle for position number 2. Luttrell trying to hang on, but just nothing he can do. You can see the tire wear already coming into effect. As here's the battle for second. Down the front stretch, headed back towards turn number 1. As Meadows and Bentley will go at it. We get a lap all the way around this racetrack on the drone cam. And the caution flag is out. Oh, trouble, big trouble. Couldn't tell which car that was. We got a car way sideways. We got some big damage in this one, too. Who was that got... Somebody got way around. Is it Cody Eldred? I believe it might have been. Looked like green wheels to me. Man, this is not far off the top 15. This is a decent position on the racetrack where this starts. Let's race him back here. Oh, my goodness. It actually starts up in front of Cody Eldred. It starts up here with Brian Elmore. Wrong Elmore. Here we go. Going down into turn number 1. Elmore, oh boy. Going to get a hit there from John Guerra in the 59. Nothing egregious. A breaking point deal. And Elmore is going to get hit twice, and that second one shoots him back to the right into the path of the 100 of Gerald Berlin. Not the welcome to the series that he would have wanted as he hits Elmore almost full bore here in turn number 1. And then Cody Eldred, something else, a secondary incident here. What happens in the secondary part of this? Oh, Berlin comes off the wall and makes contact with Eldred, and that sends him sideways. Eldred, a complete innocent bystander there. As not much he could really do. Go back, try to get a different angle of this as well. Elmore goes off into 1. You see right there, Guerra not prepared for him to brake as much as he did, and that second shot from Guerra shoots Brian Elmore back to the left or back to the right into the path of Gerald Berlin, and there's not much he could have done there except just hang on for the ride. By the time he committed to a lane, it just wasn't there anymore. It closes up really fast, and Berlin pounds the outside wall. He and Brian Elmore have big damage out of this one, and Cody Eldred spins it as well. So caution number 3 on the racetrack. At 24 on the board. It'll be 109 to go when we go back green. As Andrew Freenach continues to lead the way, Tyler Bentley is second. Chad Meadows got a break there. He's third. Christian Schrader's fourth, and Matt Hayden is fifth. And it's Pettit, Mulligani, Modesty, Carlson, and Nathan Nixon into the top 10 for the first time tonight. Stephen Luttrell comes down pit road. He's all the way back in 25th position. It'll actually be 110 to go. We're actually going green a little earlier than I thought we were. 110 laps to go. As we get ready to go back under the green flag with Freenach in the lead, and he had driven away again. It's becoming a pattern, Andrew Freenach, and continues to run really well. Now, he did say there were going to be some nights that he would not be able to make it. Tonight he's here, and so far, putting on a similar performance that we're used to out of him. And so we'll get ready to try this again. This time Bentley gets to restart on the front row. We'll see what it gains him here. Again, I think one of the few cars last week that had ultimate race-winning speed. They got caught up in some deals late, had to try to drive out of it, and just every time it felt like he got close again, he'd get involved in something else would happen, and he was never able to get back to Freenach's bumper. We'll see if he can do so right here. Green flag back in the air. 110 laps to go, 26 on the board. Freenach, a nice jump. Bentley's going to get immediately clear to second. Now we'll have a free run at him as the field works down onto the banking of turns 1 and 2, all the way back through the field 2 by 2 as guys try to get sorted out. Bentley to second, Schrader to third, Hayden looking for fourth, and Pettit looking for fifth. Bentley hounded here for second as he tries to run down Freenach for the lead. Pettit and Modesty battle further back. That's for sixth. As Meadows onto the apron, he's trying to hang on here on old tires. He's trying to hang on to some track position. Schrader really making life tough here for Tyler Bentley. all over the back bumper. That Buckeye Racing Network number 55. As we speak, Freenage is not getting away. Bentley has remained decently close. He's kept an arm's length. The 84, and so far matching pace with the race leader. 28 laps on the board, 108 laps to go. Bentley within 3/10. Oh man, this battle back here around Meadows is getting really interesting. Hayden got by for 4th. Modesty got by for 5th. Pettit trying to follow through, and so is Mulligani. As Chad Meadows, props to him putting up a bit of a fight here, but on older tires going backwards. Backwards in a hurry is the 25 National Guard Chevrolet. There's Lee Robinson, who's in the top 10 for the first time tonight. He is 9th. Not far out behind this battle. Pettit gets by for 6th. Now it's Meadows and Mulligani for 7th. And then it'll be Robinson and Meadows for 8th. Lee Robinson on the move. Oh boy, big wiggle there from Chad Meadows. Everybody has to bail. Everybody is able to get further around, and Meadows is able to hold on to the car. He'll drop all the way to 12th. Battle for 2nd continues. It is still Strader all over the back bumper of Tyler Bentley. He has yet to take a peek. He's been content to ride in line and give Tyler plenty of room, be a little bit patient, but eventually, when does the patience run out? For the Goodwrench Chevrolet, off turn number 2, back down the back straightaway at 105 laps to go when they hit the start-finish line. As Freenage leads by 2.5 to 3/10. It's been anywhere from 2.5 to 3 in this run over Tyler Bentley and company. Rusty Modesty's up to 5th. He goes by Adam Pettit, and now all of a sudden some teammates here towards the front of the field. Oh, into the wall goes Tyler Bentley. He has to back up his entry. Will it benefit him a little bit to get a better run off the corner? Yes, it will. Bentley stays within 3/10 of the leader. He's not letting Freenage drive away like he did at Las Vegas and Rockingham. Bentley, again, same story actually as that middle run at the Rock last week, when Tyler Bentley was able to hang with the leader on a little bit of a longer run. He was able to maintain times. He was able to maintain at least a grasp of the leader, Andrew Freenage. And so far tonight, while we don't know how much either driver is saving inside that cockpit, we do know now, looking at the timing and scoring, that Bentley is remaining close. He's putting some pressure on Freenage to run perfect, flawless laps, which, to his credit, for the most part, the last 3 weeks he has done. He has yet to really make a ton of fatal mistakes, but there's always that first one. It's always looming. Strader is 3rd. Matt Hayden starting to catch this battle. He is 4th. And it's Modesty, who is trying to go by Adam Pettit, but he's going to get the wall. Now he's going to have to try to back it up and get out of the wall. He'll have to drive it off the top. He'll maintain the spot over Richard Mulligani, but will not maintain the spot over Adam Pettit, who's back inside the top 5. Robinson is up to 8th. Lee Robinson, oh boy, this is going to be a sketchy moment right here as they almost come together. Pettit break for the corner. Modesty had to move out of the way, and Mulligani had to scramble just a little bit to keep that from being a wreck. And Robinson takes advantage. He goes all the way 8 to 6. Now he's looking for 5th. Lee Robinson is on the move and is one of the fastest cars on the Speedway right now. Look at that exit run off turn 2. Lee Robinson is flying right now. 06 continues to be impressive on these 1.5-mile tracks. He was impressive at Las Vegas 3 weeks ago. Freenage continues to lead. It's still 3/10 over Tyler Bentley. But Robinson is the man to watch. Hunter Carlson's on the move as well. He's up to 8th. Dustin German is up a ton of spots. He's up to 10th. His first time in the top 10. Jim Duda up a ton of spots as well. He's 13th. Same with Brad Young and Shane Posey back here in the 15th spot, but they're going to wreck. They're into the wall, but they kept it straight. Can they all maintain it here? Oh, Brent Elmore's a wall. They got to back out of it. Elmore trying to save it. And, oh boy, stay out of the way, stay out of the way. Oh man, this is sketchy right here. A bunch of cars catching Brent Elmore at once, but somehow, some way, although there's 3 wide out back, they all keep it together. Back up front, battle for 2nd is raging here. Strader underneath Tyler Bentley for 2nd. As Hayden tries to follow him through, but they're going to stay side by side, and this is going to allow Freenage to drive away Robinson got by Pettit for 5th. He is flying. As of right now, one of the fastest cars on the Speedway, but that honor still does belong. Ooh, car on the wall out back. It might have been Robinson. And it was. Right as I say that, Robinson's in the outside wall. That honor of fastest car on the racetrack, by the way, actually belongs to Shane Posey, who was almost involved in that incident with Brad Young. Under 100 laps to go. 98 to go at the line. Strader got by Tyler Bentley for 2nd. He'll try to run down the leader as Matt Hayden has run down Bentley for 3rd. Into 1. Strader a lane and a half off the bottom. Bentley half a lane off the bottom. Hayden wrapping the white line. Bunch of different grooves, different strategies here. As these guys roll inside of 100 to go. Strader is gaining a little bit here on Freenage. He was a little over 7 tenths back when he got 2nd from Tyler Bentley, and now he is 6 tenths back. 6.5 now, but he's at 1.6 tenths back right there. And again, these guys are able to hang, but not get close enough to make a pass. And the question would become, is Freenage just managing the gap enough to save some of his equipment and fend those guys off later? 40 will go on the board, 96 to go at the line. We'll go back again to some of these battles throughout the field. The battle for 2nd rages on. It's Strader, Bentley, and Hayden, although it has cooled down just a little. Lee Robinson here for 5th on Adam Pettit again. He got the wall after getting to 5th the first time. And look at these guys that have migrated up. Pettit, Modesty, Carlson running up near the fence. And it's paying some dividends here. Pettit just got a big run. Modesty got a nice run, and so did Hunter Carlson. And now the top is starting to rubber in. And Robinson's going to go up there himself. There's something we see in the other cars here at Kansas on iRacing, but not necessarily these, is that top groove really coming in nicely. And kind of the racing groove moving up against the fence. And I think a couple guys have noticed it. Yep, look up here. Strader has noticed it, Freenage has noticed it, so has Tyler Bentley, and they've all moved to the fence. Strader is driving away from this battle for 3rd. Bentley's going to go back to the bottom. Hayden's going to keep it glued on the 3rd lane of the racetrack and try to drive around the 55. Robinson, Pettit, battle for 5th here through 3 and 4 once again. As this battle cools off. 94 laps to go. And this battle's not cooling off. Look at this hornet's nest. This is right about 7th. Modesty has 7th. Carlson wants it. German running 9th. Jerry West running 10th. Jim Duda is running 11th. That's all in this battle right here. Maligani and Travis Bunt. And Nathan Nixon. This goes all the way back to the 14th position. A 7-car battle. Excuse me, an 8-car battle. Really fun racing right here. 93 laps to go as Carlson works the inside of Rusty Modesty. Dustin German, Jerry West, watch on. Dustin German has a ton of speed again today. Just didn't get the qualifying effort that I think he wanted. He's got a ton of race speed and is really making that fence work. He's been really good up there. So is Jim Duda. Those two cars are really starting to drive nicely up against the wall. Oh, man. Well, right as I say that, he gets a little bit loose, has to stay off Hunter Carlson. But for a moment there, German's car against the wall was running really nicely. He was able to get a lot of corner exit speed. Man, Jim Duda almost gets to the back of him there, though. Dustin German, you question if he's burned his equipment up just a little bit. Carlson going to look around the outside of Modesty. That's for 7th. He'll take that spot relatively easily. Modesty back to the fence. West on the bottom. Duda on the bottom. As this battle continues to rage. I mean, this is intense stuff right here. And Modesty's going backwards. He got the wall. He's got some right front fender damage, and he's going the wrong way. 3 wide for a moment. As Dustin German, Travis Bunt go around him. He's going to work to back to the outside of the 50. Man, this is intense right here. Freenage is driven away by over a second. As Jim Duda battles Travis Butt. This is for 9th position on your screen right now. When Freenage comes back around to the line, it'll be 90 laps to go, and there it is right there. 90 laps remain from Kansas Speedway. is. But good battle right here between Duda and Butt. They've been side by side for about 5 laps now. West and Carlson are about to battle for 7th. Travis Butt, does he get him right here? He does. He's going to drop up on the nose. Now the battle will be up in front of these guys for 7th. It's West on the bottom. It's Carlson on the top. West not able to get the spot. That top line, I'll tell you what, it is rubbered in really nicely. Battle up in front of these guys. Robinson for 5th on Adam Pettit. That top lane has really come in. I mean, it is rolling right now. Robinson, and you can tell right there just the backstretch speed that he carried on that exit from 2. And it's actually amplified here off of 4 because it's a wider exit. You actually gain a little bit more speed and are able to carry that down the front stretch. You're able to exit a little bit wider. Robinson got 5th. Another attempt on Carlson for 7th. He may get it this time. Jerry West working the bottom of the racetrack. We got multiple lines that are working for multiple guys. It just kind of depends on your preference, where you're the most comfortable, where your car's handling the best. For Jerry West, that's along the bottom side on the white line, and so far, he's up several positions as well, up to 7th. Great run working here for Jerry West. And Adam Pettit's going to peel off the racetrack and begin our first cycle of green flag pit stops. Pettit in the 60 will be the first to come down pit road, but as he does, the caution flag comes out. And I'm not really sure where this one's at. I'm not sure we're going to be able to see where it's at. Was it for Stony Benfield? No? Right here is a mess of cars right here. No. Tyler Bentley's out of shape, but nothing there. Boy, I'm not sure what this one's for, so an unknown caution is going to come out as our 4th one, as no crash was seen on the racetrack. So interesting set of circumstances there, and we'll be under caution with 85 to go. Andrew Freenage leading. They're actually going to get to make this pit stop under yellow, but Adam Pettit, who was already on pit road, as long as he is still on the lead lap, and he's not, he's showing as a lap down, but he'll stay out and get his lap back here. And that's unfortunate for him. Really bad timing. So a tough break, but Pettit, he's going to have to try to drive his way back through. He's still got 84 laps to do so. Field will work on and off pit road. Strader did that first pit box win in the battle, not quite. Strader almost beat Freenage off the pit lane with that first pit box for the pole sitter. Freenage not having the benefit of that. He started 5th in this race, so a little bit worse exit off pit road tonight than he would have had in a couple of other races this season, but he's able to still gas it up and get off of pit road before Christian Strader. Chris Mundy, an interesting call here. He's going to be 3rd off pit road. We'll see what the 8 is able to do on this restart. Several guys just switching spots. Not a ton of movement. Nathan Nixon lost a few spots there. Richard Mulligani all the way back to 24th. Rusty Modesty 25th. Well, Bundy will come back down pit road. Must have missed his box, so it will still be Freenage, Strader, Bentley, Hayden, Robinson, then West, Carlson, Butt, German, and Duda. Wave around cars will take their wave arounds and go all the way around the pace car. And back to the tail end of the field. Here we go. We're going to go green with 82 laps to go. As we approach halfway, we're about 15 laps from that point, and Freenash has led most of these first 53. He got to lead within 10. He's led ever since. Now we'll try to maintain his lead as the field works its way back into the Geico restart zone. A green flag back in the air, and away we go once again from Kansas. It's a good start. 3-4 car length advantage here for Freenash as he works his way into turn number 1. Bentley will drive back by Strader. Will he be able to hold on to it? Not quite. Strader going to work that middle groove that is really rubbered in. Bentley's all over the racetrack, and the caution flag is out. Oh, it's Greg Bourbonnier. TJ Spainhour. Oh, man, Nathan Nixon gets involved there late as well. And does this start with Greg Bourbonnier or does it start with Spainhour? Looks like it starts up here with the 13, who's way out of shape. And, oh, gets some help there from Pfeiffer, Brent Elmore, Shane Posey, and Greg Bourbonnier. They're all involved. Try taking a look at it here. This is literally, we had just gone back green. And see Spainhour here. Gets out of shape there, out of shape again. And Pfeiffer nowhere he can go, trying to stop the car. And that's the second time Pfeiffer's gotten hit a ton in this race. First by Josh Tarrant Hill in that one. By Shane Posey and Brent Elmore. Take another couple looks at it here. I wonder if we have a wall camera. Nope, that one's too far. Let's see how this one looks. Yeah, you see it right there, middle of your screen. And, oh, man. It's Bourbonnier and, oh, Posey up on 2 wheels. Got a couple more angles here. And you're going to see Spainhour break loose, and there's nothing Casey Pfeiffer can do. Gets in the back of him. Posey and Elmore know where they can go, and Bourbonnier gets spun in the secondary incident as guys jumped on their brakes and try to get down to speed. Freenash will continue to lead, and he's starting to say, oh no, guys, don't do this. After last week and the week before having a ton of cautions in the second half of the race, he's hoping that this one does not go that way. That we can actually get into a bit of a rhythm here. Come back 1 to go. Should be green on lap 58, which will leave us with 78 laps to go. From Kansas is Andrew Freenash, Christian Strader, Tyler Bentley, Lee Robinson, and Matt Hayden are your top 5. Then it's Jerry West, Hunter Carlson, Travis Butt, Dustin German, and Tim Henderson in the top 10. For the first time tonight, Stoney Benfield, John Guerra, knocking on the door of getting themselves into the top 10 for the first time. Same with Jim Duda. Same with Brian Elmore. Same with Josh Tarrant Hill. Not far back behind those guys either. So several guys starting to work their way forward and starting to put themselves in good position. I want to thank our sponsors, Anything EC, who you see here, and SM Racing, who you see on the car of Adam Pettit, a couple other cars in the field as well. And on this ticker that we're going to conveniently put up right now. I do want to thank them for their contributions to this series. The Hard Charger Award actually, I think, is announced next week. Should be. Let me double check my math on that, but it should be next week. Yep. Next week at Darlington, we'll have our first Clean Driver Award winner. So looking forward to that. Anything EC giving out that prize. So looking forward to see who has stayed the cleanest in these first 5 races, counting next week at Darlington. Still business to be attended to here in Kansas. 78 laps to go. Freenage into the restart zone. Does Strader have him timed up? No, it does not. And Freenage is off and running at the restart zone. Bentley, another good jump for the 55. He'll come half a car length past Christian Strader, but Strader's been able to get it back here in the middle of 1 and 2, which is rolling so nicely right now. And it rolls again, and Strader will maintain second from the 55. And turn number 3, Freenage continues to lead the battle. Will be back here for second, not for long. Now the battle will be for third. Bentley hounded here by Hayden and Robinson as he tries to hang on to the spots. And out back a hornet's nest as these guys try to get spread out. 77 to go. At 59 on the board as Freenage tries to drive away from Christian Strader and the remainder of the field. He's not going to be able to. For the first time since mid-race last week, we're going to have ourselves a battle for the lead, maybe momentarily. Freenage continues to run that bottom, and Strader has found something here, entering on that middle groove. He's all the way to his back bumper, the toughest challenge we've seen for Freenage all night tonight, and really in general since he got to this series. And it comes in a veteran form of Christian Strader, and he is there. Freenage trying to break draft, trying to block, trying to go whichever way Strader does. Going to try to put him in some dirty air. Strader's going to enter a half a lane up, full lane up, and now try to get out of that wake and drive around the 84. He gets right to his bumper, to the inside for the race lead. Strader, he'll have a nice drive in. He gets a nice wide arc, but Freenage goes to that defensive top lane. Can Strader clear on his nose? Not quite. Freenage maintains it side by side. Drag race all the way back home. Freenage leads the lap, but not by much. Strader by a bumper, maybe going into 1. He'll drive back by him on the inside. Can he clear on his nose? It's going to be how hard do you want to drive it this early in the race on lap 62. And Freenage maintains again. And now he'll clear Strader. Oh my goodness, that was impressive. Incredibly impressive from Andrew Freenage to maintain the lead. Strader not done yet. Going to mount another attack here. Down the front stretch. Bentley is on the way if these guys continue to battle. But Strader falls back in line and appears now to have taken his best shot. And Andrew Freenage, let's see if he goes any harder. Alongside again. Strader to the inside. No dice. He'll fall back in line. That top line is just... oh my goodness, that top line is so good right now. Let's see if Strader transitions up there. He's not going to, but this is how he caught Freenage in the first place. He kind of ran that top lane and was able to drive up to him, and then he just couldn't make the pass. Let's see if he does so again. 72 laps to go from Kansas Speedway. Strader, car length and a half back, maintaining here with the leader, but now loses some here off turn number 4. Bentley under fire now from Hayden and Robinson, as next time by will be 70 to go. We are just short of halfway. Another dive to the bottom. Here comes Strader again, mounting another attack, another offensive on Freenage. It's not going to stick, though. He keeps going to the bottom, and I like it. He's not losing really that much, but he's not gaining anything either. By going down there, he's not passing him. He's kind of just staying close. Gets a really nice drive there through 3 and 4 on the bottom. And now's his best chance. If I were him, I'd almost fake low, go high, and try to get to his outside. But again, he'll mount a charge where he drives to the inside of Freenage, who still runs on the fence. 70 laps to go. Strader still can't do anything but drive alongside him. Strader's going to have to get to the outside. He's going to have no choice but to try to drive Freenage off the wall. And he just has not been able to do it yet. Bentley to the fence, so too goes Robinson. Matt Hayden still whipping the bottom of the racetrack for now. And Schrader stays close again. 68 laps to go, 69, excuse me. Next time by, we're about halfway home from Kansas Speedway. This time he runs a lane up, which is not what he's been doing on the other end of the racetrack. He's been running down to the tire tracks, and it's actually working better for him than running a lane up, and he stayed within a car lane. Still, the battle for the lead rages on here at Kansas Speedway as these two continue to go at it. Two of the best in the series, a former champ and potentially a future one. Schrader back up to the back bumper. Does he take another run on the inside? He does. Schrader, now you'll see exactly what I mean by he can only get alongside him. Look at this. He's never able to get further than the door number, and it's not working. Now that time, his drive off of 2 was better. Let's see what his drive off 4 looks like. As he come back down, Freenosh actually going to run the fence again. This is not something we saw Freenosh do, other than to defend down here in 1 and 2, but this time he'll do it just to run it, and he'll gain some time, and as such, the battle for the lead fizzles down. Schrader back to the middle. Freenosh continues to run the fence, and I think he's figured out that he can just run the fence and outrun the 29, really better on the other end of the racetrack than he can right here. Schrader's able to keep it close, and then now down here when Freenosh goes to the fence, he's really able to maintain the lead, but this time Schrader able to drive it a little harder off the corner, and now we'll stay close again. This is electric stuff for the lead. These are two guys pushing their cars to the limits. 66 laps to go. Now this time Schrader goes to the fence. He'll mirror the 84. Can he throttle it up the same and stay close to the back bumper? Ooh, maybe a little slide from Freenosh there. Was that a mistake? Maybe, but he maintains his lead. And Schrader says, nope, didn't like it. Going to go back to the bottom. But down on this end of the racetrack, it's just not working as well. That middle is nice, but it's not really, well, I stand corrected. It worked that time, and Schrader's going to try to grab the right rear. It's not going to happen. Freenosh went to the apron and gained a little bit. Schrader looked to his outside. He'll go back to the fence. Did he ask for too much? He did. He has to back out of it. But he gets back in the gas. He's still around. He's hanging with the 84, the best of basically anybody that we've seen so far. Back to the middle. Schrader alongside. He'll get to the quarter panel, and that's as close as he'll get. Tyler Bentley is driving here and coming up in a hurry. 64 to go with the line. Still a pit stop or 2 to go in this race, assuming, of course, that it stays in these current conditions. Bentley, Hayden, Robinson watch on as these two duke it out for the race lead. Schrader's getting closer to the fence than Freenosh is, but I'm not sure he's able to drive it off quite as hard as he'd like to. Right now, though, he's staying close enough where he's putting some serious pressure. I mean, some of the toughest pressure we've seen put on Freenosh, and this time the chess game leads Freenosh and Schrader to the bottom. Who gets a better drive off? It's about even that time. Bentley is within half a second. Tyler Bentley is built for this moment. He's done it so many times in the past. 63 to go. Freenosh. Schrader, Bentley, Hayden actually going to make it a 4-car battle for the lead. And now Freenosh starts to drive away. And this is what the field did not want to see, is outlasted the fight from the two guys behind him and just continues to maintain short run pace. And this is an unreal display so far from Andrew Freenosh. The toughest challenge he's faced yet, Christian Schrader, and it just did not mean anything. He was able to maintain, never lost the lead, never even let him closer than his door number. And now, look at this. He's starting to build a lead immediately. Gains a 10th and a half in turns 1 and 2. Schrader maintains there in 3 and 4, but Freenosh some room to breathe. 61 laps to go. 60 to go. Next time by. Bentley's actually caught him here for second, but he's going to have to make it quick work. If he wants any chance at Freenosh, he's maintaining the delta here with Freenosh, but he's got to get by Schrader first. But Tyler Bentley wants another crack. He wants a rematch from last week. 60 laps to go from Kansas. Strader this time drives to the fence. Bentley does as well, and Hayden drives to the bottom. As Bentley, he's going to look here. Look at this run by Tyler Bentley. Peaked. Here's a look to the inside. Here it's for second. He's got to drive by him quickly. He cannot let Strader hold him up from getting to Freenage if he wants to get there, and Strader's going to inhibit his exit, and caution flag. Not sure where this one's at. Not entirely sure. Sean Kozier with some damage, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see him. No, we can't. So Sean Kozier involved in something there that we are not going to be able to see for whatever reason. Caution flag inside of 60 to go presents a very interesting opportunity now as Tyler Bentley is second, and I think he's got something here for Andrew Freenage. I think Strader does on a short run too, and it's going to be really interesting here on a late race restart potentially as to what these guys do, if anybody makes a strategy call late in the race as well. And the field will work its way down the Kansas pit lane. We will find ourselves a pit lane camera as these guys work their way down and into their pit boxes for service on lap number 78. Everybody up on the jack. Everybody taking 4. It was a long run, longest of the night. We were about to get to another pit stop there, I think. We were getting close. Freenage. A little bit closer battle. Oh, man. Strader may have gotten him there if he didn't speed. Christian Strader, this is going to be a very interesting couple moments here because he was a little bit quick at the line, but he does have that first pit box where you can kind of just gas it out of pit lane. And if you beat the guy to the punch, maybe a guy is faster than you, but he started back behind you, you can get off pit road quicker than he can and jump a ton of spots. And I think Christian Strader may have just done that. What a pit stop if that's the case. I mean, he beat him by half a car length. Good stuff there from Strader on pit road. Freenage will come on alongside, but will stay behind. New leader in Kansas, Christian Strader. That's a really incredible stop. Bentley comes off third behind Freenage. It's Jerry West up to fourth. Great run for him. And on row 3, it's Matt Hayden and Lee Robinson. Row 4, Hunter Carlson, Jim Duda. And then Travis Budd and Adam Pettit. Nice recovery for the 60 from that earlier stroke of bad luck when he started to come down to start the cycle of green flag pit stops and the caution came out. He's back inside the top 10. It's all about this restart. Strader, in a short run, absolutely has pace for the 84. But it's going to be about this restart as to how long he can lead. 57 to go. We still have a pit stop remaining. Not inside the window yet. But we are very close. Here we go. Christian Strader leading for the first time tonight. Well, first time since about lap 8. And he gave up the lead to Andrew Freenage, and it's been a Freenage ever since. Strader has the lead back and now has a chance to gun it. They get a decent restart. Not as good as Freenage has been getting, but still enough to go ahead by a car length. Back under green. 56 laps to go. Strader by a car length off turn 2. Now the defense starts. Bentley's there as well. West and Robinson battle for fourth as Robinson got a really good restart. Freenage to the bottom. Strader will equal and block. And when Freenage gets there, I got to imagine Strader's going to do the same thing he did to him. Run a little bit higher and make him work for it. Robinson to fourth around the West machine. Here comes Hayden looking for fifth. But we're going to keep our focus here on the battle for the lead. 55 to go. Freenage to the bottom. Strader staying a half a lane up. will maintain the lead, maybe even grow it a little bit. 2 car lengths separate the leaders down the backstretch. And next time we're starting into the final stretch, the final segment of this race. Only 1 pit stop to go, and you can almost go full go now. I mean, you almost want to if you're straighter. You know on a long run, Freenach has a ton of speed. You almost want to get as much of a buffer now as you can possibly build before he inevitably gets to you here. And that's, I think, what Schrader's trying to do. Some of his best laps of the race being run right now. He's ahead by 2/10. Bentley is 5/10 back of Schrader and 3.5 back of Andrew Freenach. Schrader just running hot laps right around the bottom of the racetrack, trying to drive away. He's just trying to keep Freenach in his wake and run his best laps of the night. 53 to go, and it's Schrader over Freenach, Bentley, Robinson, West, Hayden, Carlson, Pettit, Duda, and Mulligani. Some of the best circuits of the evening right now for the 29. The 84 running some of his better ones as well. Same with Tyler Bentley. It's go mode here for the leaders with only 1 pit stop to go. Now, I do question, does anybody think about pitting when the window opens? We're not exactly entirely sure what that window is, but 35, 40 laps probably a fair guess. So does anybody decide to try to flip this? Go new tires now, gain a ton of time difference on the leaders. As Freenach looks to the fence, he's the first one to try it. Let's see how much dividends it pays here off turn number 2. It's a lot, and if I'm Schrader, I'm thinking about probably going up there here in 3 and 4 to play some defense. But Freenach instead drives back to the bottom, doesn't go back to the fence here in 3 and 4, just trying to get close using the fence. But here in 1 and 2, Freenach, I would imagine, would try the fence again. Bentley 6/10 back, but it's a battle for the lead between 2 cars. Does Schrader go to the fence here to play defense? No! He'll drive to the bottom. Freenach will drive to the fence and try to haul this thing off turn 2. Schrader going to be risky to throw his nose out there. He does, and Freenach gets to the bottom. Now here comes Schrader. This middle lane has worked for him all night. He needs it to work as good as it has, but Freenach may have just gotten a good enough drive on entry to not even have to worry. Can Schrader hold his right rear? No. Freenach slides up and retakes the lead. A show of force there from the 84. Schrader on his back bumper. He'll have to look high. He's going to not. He's going to look low, and it's same story, same song, different verse. Schrader to the inside. Freenach on the outside. And it's the same outcome. Freenach maintains the lead, and with 50 to go now, we'll try to just set sail. Bentley 7/10 back. As the run went on, he got better. Never got a chance really to try and get on Freenach's bumper. He was just getting past Christian Schrader when that last caution came out. And we'll try to mount a charge again. Bentley looking for his first win. Since season number 1. Schrader's still there. This is still a race. 48 laps to go at the line, and Schrader is maintaining again. But Bentley is lurking. He's not losing time. Schrader. I mean, you got to think he's got to try to get to his outside. Running to the inside is not doing anything except killing his tires. Bentley, he can run the bottom all he wants because it's gaining him a little bit of time. Getting out of dirty air and also just able to hit that groove better. And actually, I think he's gone to the fence over here on the other end of the racetrack. Nope, he's going to stay down this time by, and he's gaining. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a good one coming up. You're not going to want to miss it. 47 to go. Battle for the lead rages on. And Bentley now lurks inside 6/10. Another look. Look at this. Schrader's going to go right to the inside, try to grab a quarter panel here. A bit of a different approach. He changes the entrance of the corner, but had to back it up because of where Freenach was. Now they'll go back to the bottom again. Bentley goes to the fence, loses a ton of time on entry there. Let's see if he gains it back here on exit. Slides it a little bit, does gain that time back on exit though. Freenach, look at this, pulled away by 3 car lengths here. Just in the time we were talking about Tyler Bentley. Freenach is able to drive away. Schrader's going to get the wall. Schrader into the outside wall. And he'll go backwards. 4th, 5th, 6th. May lose 7th here. May lose 6th here. Really tough break. Now mano a mano again. Tyler Bentley has his shot, and so does Lee Robinson. We're going to start taking a peek at lap times here. 45 to go. Last time by, fastest car on the racetrack, Lee Robinson. We got ourselves a race. One pit stop to go. And it's Andrew Freenage that leads over Bentley. Robinson, though, got the wall in 3 and 4. Now he drops back. Trying to match what Freenage was doing. Bentley going to run up on the fence. Only 6/10 back, and it's mano-a-mano for real now. Bentley is starting to lose time, though. Freenage is starting to... If this was a UFC fight, if this was a wrestling match, he's starting to put the sleeper hold in. And Bentley is fading. Not entirely, but he hasn't gained anything since he got around Schrader. He could stay close and pit a couple laps early. He might overtake Freenage on the pit stop. I think he's got to be a little bit closer than this for that to be super effective, but we'll see. Freenage continues to lead, 42 to go at the line. Bentley going to drive it off turn 4, but just is not gaining anything. 6/10 is as close as he can get. Bentley, he may get the wall this time. Nope, going to keep it off of it, but loses a ton of time. Freenage able to hold it. Oh, man, I don't know how he does this. And he's the fastest car out, excuse me, the second fastest car on track, only to Jerry West, who's a little bit faster. And Freenage now starts to pull away. 41 laps to go. It's all Andrew Freenage once again for the 3rd week in a row. Bentley goes back to the bottom now. Bit of a different strategy as he tries to ring the bottom line and try to make it work. It moderately does. Lee Robinson's closing back in though on Bentley, as he ran faster than both of our leaders last time by. Christian Schrader faster than both the leaders as well. Schrader's recovered to 6th, looking for 5th on Jerry West. Robinson trying to close in on both of these guys. Again, still 40 laps to go, still a pit stop remaining, and if one of these guys pits early enough compared to Freenage, they're going to make this interesting. Even if they're a second and a half back, you can gain a lot here. For reference, best lap of the night for the leader, Andrew Freenage, 30.39. His last lap was a 31.99. You can gain a lot just with a little bit fresher tires. You can gain a ton of time if you undercut by 2, 3, 4 laps. You can gain so much on that lead car. You can undercut him, but now if Freenage continues to drive away, it's not going to make as much of a difference. Back at the bottom. It gains him a little bit on entry, but just doesn't gain him much after that. Back to a 2nd now is Bentley. Battle between Matt Hayden and Jerry West. That is for 4th. As this battle heats up, inside of 40 to go. Hayden way loose, out of shape big time. He'll lose 4th, and he'll lose 5th. He may lose 6th. Trying to take an eye on some battles here. Robinson is steadily catching Bentley. He's really not catching Freenage, but he's not losing a ton either. He goes a little bit slower, and Freenage is once again the fastest car on the racetrack. Robinson's the one to watch as Bentley begins to fade, and even Robinson not quite as fast as Andrew Freenage is. Christian Schrader looking to get back to 4th. Matt Aiden back here in 6th with Carlson 7th. What a recovery for Adam Pettit. Remember back on that first long run, Adam Pettit came down pit road to start green flag pit stops as the first car to pit and got caught with a caution, a mistimed caution for him that he had to get a wave around, go all the way to the tail end of the field, and drive back through, and he has done so very nicely. He runs 8th right now. Good recovery for him. Travis Butt 9th, Jim Duda 10th. It's actually going to be a battle here between Butt, Duda, and Mulligani. .34 laps to go. When the field hits the start-finish line, Duda and Mulligani will actually battle here for 10th. Mulligani will get the spot pretty easily. Nixon back here in 12th. Modesty trying to attack him for that spot in 13th. We got battles up front to attend to, though. Bentley, Robinson, well, I thought these were actually closer than they are. Renosh continues to pull away. Bentley, Robinson, actually West and Schrader is going to be the one to watch here. As Christian Schrader tries to recover his night after that incident with the wall a few laps ago, trying to run down Andrew Freenage. He'll dive to the bottom here of West. Again, a pit stop still remains, so this one not necessarily over. A timely or untimely caution, depending on who you talk to. A good or bad strategy call, a mistake, a penalty, still a lot that can happen. On and off pit road here in just a little bit. We're approaching 30 laps remaining. You're back to the bottom. Still can't get to it. Freenage gone by 1.6 seconds, 31 laps to go as we now start to approach the fuel window. We were well inside it now, I think, but we now approach that lap where pit stops are going to happen, and if anybody's going to make a bold strategy call, it'll be here the next probably 10 laps or so. West has fought off Schrader for the time being. Next best battle is here with Carlson and Adam Pettit, who is trying to make up a couple more spots here with 30 laps to go. Might be a pretty good barometer of when those pit stops start. If Pettit takes the same image he did, or the same strategy he did earlier in the race, and pits first. Try to give you a rundown of the field. Oh, pass up here, Schrader and West is going to pit, and so is, whoa, Robinson. That was really early. Did he get it down to pit speed? He made a very late call for pit road. Travis Butt, oh, he spun it. Travis Butt spun it on pit road, 29 to go. Now the question is, we start to watch the leaders. Lee Robinson was the closest car to Freenage. Did he see the 06 dive for pit road? Will he stay out, run another one? Yes, he will. What about Tyler Bentley? He's also going to stay out. So is Schrader. So is Hayden. And now you begin to wonder, Lee Robinson, will he have enough time to get back to the leader? He's going to gain time here on fresh tires, assuming he gets off pit road at a decent clip. He gets off behind Jerry West. West may have had a better pit stop. Freenage to the bottom. That's the indication he's likely going to pit. He's woeing it down and coming to pit road. Robinson and West, I think, both got better entries. Freenage can lay off. Bentley will go to the lead. He will stay out. Schrader, Hayden, Pettit, Mulligani, and others all coming down pit road as Bentley, Carlson, Duda, and Terrett Hill stay on the racetrack. Bentley, I'm not sure what the goal of this is other than just why not run it long. I wasn't really gaining anything. Maybe run this out, hope the fresh tires maybe can carry him through, but I think he's going to pit right here Now you begin to watch and see where they cycle out. Oh! Hold that thought. And now the question will become, was Andrew Freenage a lap down? Worst case, I don't know if he'll cycle back to the lead. We're going to have to see where he cycled out with Lee Robinson. Did Robinson get out in front of him? Hayden comes off pit road. Was he ahead of Andrew Freenage? I don't think so. Malugani might be ahead of him, though. It's going to be really interesting to see. He is just ahead of the leaders, so he is not stuck one lap down. But he's going to have to hustle around the pace car, Bentley. And look at this. They got some ground to cover here. Bentley's going to have to get down on pit road. If he can get off quick enough, he might be able to beat Freenage back around. This is going to be the most interesting race of the night. Freenage around the pace car. He's got to beat Bentley to the pit exit line. We're going to keep an eye on the 84. He's pedal down. He's trying to weave around some traffic here. Does Bentley make it off beforehand? Well, now scoring Bentley behind him for now. So ignore the scoring on the left side of your screen. It's going to update here when they come back around. He'll make it to the pace car, but he didn't get to run a ton. He didn't really get to go that fast right there. And he did not make it back. Now, will it have him cycle forward, or will it have Carlson and Bentley cycle in front of him? He did not beat them to the pit commit line. Let's see where iRacing scores these cars. And it's going to score them all the way back here. Well, for Bentley, I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. I'm not sure what Tyler Bentley is doing unless he has to serve a penalty, but oh, maybe checking teammates' damage here. Oh man, but now a big stack up right here. We're gonna have to wait and see where everybody cycles out. Let's see. Carlson, he was off before, Hayden was off before, and it cycles him behind, so Freenage gets a stroke of luck that he did not get. He was inches from going a lap down. If Bentley stays on the racetrack one more lap, there's a better than not chance if Freenage is stuck a lap down. But he'll get the lead by virtue of that pit cycle, and Bentley drops all the way back to 10th. Not sure what the deal is there. Jim Duda coming to the front. Scoring is all over the place. Not sure if race control is going to let this one restart, or maybe try to where the scoring is right. Looks like we're just going to let it run. And now we are going to turn the lights back on. So we'll go one more. Scoring is all over the place right now, so we want to get that sorted out. Tyler Bentley. That's weird that it sent him that far back. So it'll be Freenage and Schrader once again. Then it'll be Matt Hayden and Adam Pettit on row 2. It'll be Hunter Carlson and Jim Duda on row 3. Casey Pfeiffer, Stephen Luttrell on row 4. Then Dustin German and I believe Cody Eldred will be 10th. He will. Freenage, another late caution, another bit of adversity, and another week of defending his win from someone else. We'll do this here late in this race. 22 to go. The sprint to the finish. From Kansas Speedway, Freenach, can he hold on to win back-to-back-to-back? Can Schrader steal one, or will it be someone behind them? Green flag is in the air, and it's another really good jump for Andrew Freenach. He has these guys bewitched or something on these restarts, man. I've never seen anything like it. Hayden able to get around Schrader for the time being, but Schrader will drive right back to second. Now the chase begins. Oh, but Schrader not able to clear Hayden, and that's going to slip both of them up here. Schrader's got to make quick work. He's got to get around Hayden and get around him fast. He's not going to be able to. Matt Hayden, hang on. He's got the spot. He may take a look here at Andrew Freenach. Into 1 and 2, 21 laps to go. Freenach by 5 car lengths, make it 4, make it 3. On Matt Hayden, who slips there in 1 and 2, and he'll lose some ground. Now Schrader, I think Schrader's the faster car. He's got to make quick work of him, though. Freenach to the bottom. Hayden will follow. Schrader about a lane off of that, trying to get his good run off, but Freenach is driving away. He's full go now. And driving away. 20 to go. Matt Hayden trying to keep him out the front. Oh, man, Hayden going to block Schrader all the way to the white line. Schrader still dives it into 3 and may drive right past him here. And wow! That was as close gets. And now Schrader, he's got an opportunity. Can he gain anything here on the 84? He's going to try, and now it's full go. You're not leaving anything on the table, and caution. I believe this might be another one we can't see. Oh, boy. And it's another one we can't see. Alex Green has big damage, but it's another one we can't see. Oh, it might have been right there. Who is that? There's a couple cars back there. It looked like Tim Henderson was one of them. This may be where our caution comes from. And, yeah, it's the 21 of Tim Clements, Chad Meadows, and Josh Terrett Hill. And they are the cause of caution. They were 4 wide almost back here. Staggered out 4 wide, and that's not going to work. Not a ton of damage, but some slides are going to put us under caution and again force a late race restart. The stage is set, a late race restart. Freenach has been good at these. One of these times, Christian Schrader. You figure one of these times that Schrader would figure out that Freenach likes to go right at the first line. It's been consistent. The last 3 weeks, he's gone at the front of the restart zone every single time, and Schrader has yet to time him on it. If he does, I feel like he's got something for him. He just has to get a better restart than he's been getting. Got to be thinking about that right now. I mean, if you're a Christian Schrader, you got to imagine it's in the back of your head. I got to get a better start to hang with this guy and make it a race. So we set up the most anticipated restart of the night here with 15 laps to go. It's a true sprint now. It'll be Andrew Freenach, Christian Schrader, Matt Hayden, Adam Pettit, and Hunter Carlson, your top 5. Then Dustin German, Tyler Bentley, Casey Pfeiffer, Cody Eldred, and Jim Duda, the top 10. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Decent crowd here on a Thursday night as we get prepped for the second of 2 races here on PGR eSports tonight. The other is the Intimidator Super Speedway, the trucks at Talladega. Coming up in about 10 minutes here on PGR eSports with Matt Mettler and Austin Green. So here we go. 15 laps remain at Kansas Speedway. It's Andrew Freenage that is trying to finish this one off. His 3rd straight, if he can go to victory lane, a streak not seen since Tyler Bentley did so back in season 1. Strader has at least one more opportunity at a restart here at Freenage, and I mean, if I'm him, I get right up alongside him and I time it. If I get a black flag, I get a black flag, but you got to realize he goes right at the beginning of the line. Let's see if he does it again. Green flag back in the air. We're back underway. A better jump that time from the field. It wasn't as bad. He gets away by 3 car lengths, so not nearly as much. But he does get away. Hayden back to the inside of Strader, but now the tire's up. Caution flag is out. Oh, trouble. Big trouble. Doug Johnson, Chad Meadows, Brian Elmore. Oh, TJ Spainhour going to get in it as well. And did this start back there or did it start further back? No, it started further back. This was just secondary. Yep, this was secondary. So Meadows got it to Doug Johnson. Chris Bundy. Richard Mulligani involved as well, but let's go back. See if we can find the initial cause of caution here. And nope, not going to happen. So caution out back of the field again, but then you saw that secondary with Doug Johnson, Chad Meadows, Chris Bundy, Richard Mulligani, a couple of others. And again, we'll have another restart. Want to again thank our sponsors. Anything you see there in the top left corner, SM Racing, you saw their logo earlier in the night. Thank them for coming on board for this season. They'll also sponsor a race here down the line. I believe SM Racing will have the sponsorship for Chicagoland coming up after the Christmas break to open 2025. Speaking of 2025, well, late 2024 and 2025, a couple events coming up in PGR eSports that you should be aware of. The PGR Championship, which will feature drivers that have been on the podium in a PGR eSports Intimidator Super Speedway Series event this year, is coming up. I'll actually try to get you the exact date for that race. It's coming up. If not in late 2024, it'll be early 2025. That race will feature many, many big names, including Malik Ray, Garrett Maines, Super Speedway aces, Cody Nagels. Plenty of others going to be in that race as well. A really stacked field this year, I should say, for the PGR Championship. Ran it last season. Last year, it was John Ward coming away with that title. I believe he'll be back to defend his title, but a very hungry, very stacked, very notable field of drivers set to take him on. Daniel Falkingham as well, current Coke Series driver, going to be in that as well. Podium 500 champ Kyler Wynn should be in that race. Beyond that, the end of January 27th through February 2nd of 2025, right here on PGR eSports, is going to be our live coverage of the biggest and most anticipated sim racing event of the calendar year, as we head to Daytona International Speedway, the World Center of Racing, to kick off the racing year in the only way we should, with the PGR 500. Throughout the week from Tuesday to Thursday, we'll have our 8 heat races to set the initial fields for the duels and for the LCQ races that will take place all day on Saturday. which will inevitably whittle down what we expect to be 200 to 250 or more drivers down to a 43-car starting field. Take the grid and take the green flag in PGR's crown jewel, the biggest event ever put on by PGR eSports. The feature race featuring 43 of Super Speedway Racing and Sim Racing's best. It'll take the green flag on Sunday, February the 2nd, 2025, right here on PGR eSports. Looking forward to being a part of that. A lot of preparation, a lot of hard work, a lot of anticipation has gone into that one. We're almost there. We're almost to 500 season. It's going to be a good one. We got business to attend to, though. 11 laps to go. Green flag back in the air, and it's Freenage again off and running. But again, a little bit better restart for Schrader and Hayden. It's marginal, but it was better. They have less time now to go attack Freenage, so they got to work this out between themselves quickly, or Freenage is going to drive into the sunset. Off turn 2, down the back straightaway. Schrader to the outside of Matt Hayden. They both gained a little bit right there on Freenage. Can they run him down? They lose time. Schrader got to get by Hayden before he can think about moving forward. Can he do it right there? No, and they're still going to battle, and this could be all she wrote. 10 to go, and Freenage can drive into the sunset because Hayden and Schrader are too busy, too focused on each other. And they are losing ground and losing it quickly. Hayden clears up. Schrader crosses over. And this is just not what they need to be doing. Freenage driving away, 9 to go at the line. Hayden, I don't think he has the speed here. Dustin German all of a sudden is inside of a podium. Tyler Bentley trying to get there as well. Adam Pettit is inside the top 5. Couple really nice runs. Pettit a huge recovery. Casey Pfeiffer's been in a couple incidents tonight. He's 8th. Josh Terrett-Hill, same thing. He's 9th. The same with Eldred. He's 10th. Great run for some of these guys tonight. Hayden closes to within 5.5 tenths of a second, but not gaining enough right now to get all the way to the leader. 8 laps to go from Kansas. Hayden trying everything he can, but the caution is out. Oh. Whoa. One car up in the air. Who in the world was that? Oh no, Cody Eldred. Massive damage. Oh man, it was right here. We were just talking about some of these guys. What happened here? Off turn 4. Oh, Jerry West gets loose, gets down into Jim Duda. They get Eldred. Does he just weight shift here? No, he just slides. How does he get up and over? Duda and Luttrell pinned to the wall. Oh man, oncoming traffic. Travis Butt, does he miss him? Yes. Chris Bundy, does he miss him? Yes. Oh, Luttrell comes back down. Oh man, oh my goodness. Brad Young up and over Luttrell into the air. Whoa. Back that up. Go to Luttrell. Look at this ride he goes on right here. He and Brad Young both. When he comes back down after being pinned to the wall with Jim Duda. Look at this. Watch this ride. Oh! Both of them come back down on their wheels. Oh my goodness, Cody Eldred. Flying through the air. We got airborne race cars here in the later stages of this one. Let's watch it again. Oh man. Now watch this. He just kind of catapults back down the track. Oh. 2, 3 cars up and over. And this is just, it's tight 3-wide racing, and Jerry West kind of gets a little bit loose right there, and not much room for error. Comes down and gets Jim Duda, and it is on from here, and comes back down into traffic. Man, for Brad Young, it's a violent ride. Go on board with a couple of these guys. We'll start with Luttrell, and then we'll go on board with Brad Young. Comes off the wall. Look at this. Oh. on board with Brad Young before we go back up front. You're going to see it start out in front of him. Oh! All the way up and over, lands on his wheels and drives away. Big one there for Young, for Eldred, for Luttrell. It sends us now into the verges of overtime. 4 laps to go. Freenage leads, Hayden second, Strader third, German is fourth. And then Adam Pettit is fifth, and Tyler Bentley, Hunter Carlson, Casey Pfeiffer, Josh Taradill, and Nathan Nixon round out the top 10. 4 to go. Hayden, if he's got anything for him, he's got to get his best start of the night right here and try to outdrive him. He was gaining marginally, so maybe, just maybe, he's got something for him. He'll only have 4 laps to do it, though. If he gets a poor start, it may be all she wrote. It may be curtains here from Kansas for Andrew Freenage. He's got to get one more great start. Hope Hayden's not on his door driving through 1 and 2. If you're Hayden and you get alongside him, I think you run him all the way to the apron and hope it sticks when you come off turn 2. Here we go. Green flag, 4 laps to go, and Freenage gets off and running. It's his best, probably, of the night. Oh, some bullying going on. 3 wide for a moment back there around 4th. And that may be all she wrote. They start to lose ground, and not much doing here for the field behind Freenage as he tries to sail into the sunset. Strader, I think maybe could have a look if he gets clear here. He does. Coming back, 3 to go. Strader's got to drive it for all he's worth. I don't think he's going to have enough time. Got to equal everything that Freenage does and then do it better here in the corners and gain some time. Strader not gaining anything yet. 3 laps to go. He gains a little. I think it's going to be too little, too late. He's going to try, though. He's within maybe striking distance here. Drives it to the bottom. Strader, does he have 1 more ounce of energy underneath that race car? 2 to go. He's within 3/10. He's got to equal everything Freenage does. He's got to gain about a 1/10 and a half right here to have striking distance here on the last lap. He's within 3/10. Just not a lot going on here. Tyler Bentley gets shuffled out. Oh, man, if he gains a little bit here through 3 and 4, he might just have a look at it. Trying to give everything he can. White flag. He's got 1 more opportunity. I don't think he's close enough. He's within 3 to 4 car lengths. He's going to have to likely drive it in way deeper than he wants to and just hope it'll stick. Ah, is it going to stick for him? Not quite. I think he's going to come up just short. He'll have to send it really hard. He's actually going to try to drive it off the fence. I just don't think that he's going to have the time. If he had 5 more laps, he'd do it. 3 straight wins. Andrew Freenage wins it in Kansas. He'll come around and celebrate a back-to-back-to-back win. Now, credit the field. They're starting to gain some things, make him work a little harder. I think if Strader has about 5 to 10 more laps there, he probably makes it interesting. He was within 2.5 tenths, headed to the white flag. In the end, Freenage does enough to hold them off and wins back-to-back-to-back races for the first time in this series since Tyler Bentley. He'll celebrate. We'll look at the results. We'll get into the post-race show here in just a moment, but it's Freenage again that gets the job done at Kansas. So he's going to pull it in the garage. Looking for victory lane, although I don't think... Oh, my goodness. Runs into the invisible wall. It's not quite fully realistic yet. But regardless, he tried to take it there. Finishing results here from Kansas Speedway. Andrew Freenage wins his third straight ahead of Christian Strader in second and Matt Hayden in third. We'll talk to those three in just a moment. Dustin German, another great run for him. He finishes fourth. Hunter Carlson, that's exactly what the doctor ordered for the 32, a fifth place run after last week. Jerry West, heck of a run for him as well in sixth. Travis Butt, good run in seventh. Casey Pfeiffer finishes eighth. Nathan Nixon in ninth. Jim Duda in 10th. Chad Meadows 11th. Josh Terrett Hill in 12th. Chris Bundy, nice debut for him in 13th. Rick Sanchez in 14th. Stephen Luttrell in 15th. Tyler Bentley got shuffled late. He finishes 16th. Adam Pettit 17th. Shane Posey 18th. Stoney Benfield 19th. And TJ Spainhour back in 20th. Blake Pursley finishes 21st. Doug Johnson in 22nd. Tim Clements 23rd. Gerald Berlin in 24th. Ron Walters finishes 25th. Ryan Peters 26th. Cody Eldred 27th. Brad Young 28th. Tim Henderson 29th. Brian Elmore finishes 30th. Greg Bourbonier 31st. Richard Maligati in 32nd. Brandon Elmore 33rd. Lee Robinson, really tough break for him late in that race. He finishes 34th. Rusty Modesty finishes 35th. Alex Green 36th. Sean Kozier 37th. Andrew Schroeder 38th. Last car to take a lap was John Garrett in 39th. Vicente Guerrero did not make the grid. He'll be credited with 40th. We're going to go grab your top three for some post-race interviews. Stay with us here on PGR eSports. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Kansas Speedway and a post-race show now underway here on PGR eSports. And we'll get first to the man who finished in third in this race, none other than Matt Hayden in the 6 machine. A man who came on late, had a look at it, but finishes third in his return to the series here tonight in Kansas.
Yep.
Hey, Matt, it's Dawson in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Dawson. How you doing, man?
Well, not too bad. Sorry to cut you off, but regardless, a return to the series for you tonight and a race we saw you have a lot of speed really throughout the night. Got yourself to second there late. Had a chance to restart alongside Andrew. Not quite able to get the job done, but it's still a very respectable night. A very good effort from you and a good points night here. Take me through your night here tonight at Kansas.
Yeah, man. Who the hell's this Andrew guy? He's fast, man. Yeah, we, up there fighting with Christian as usual and chasing behind someone that was just lights out. And, we missed first couple of races. We, had Daytona, and then we had some stuff come up where we missed a couple of races. So I'm happy to be back and running again with everybody here. But, yeah, I don't know. We had internet trouble to start, missed most of practice, went into it cold. I like Kansas, so I wasn't too worried about it, but I would have liked to have had a little more laps to kind of get an idea as far as what the car was going to do. Early on we were all running the bottom and everything felt good, and then late in the run we kind of started searching around to find a grip, and that's where I think I struggled, is I just didn't know where it was at or how to run those other lines. So got a chance at a restart and got the doors blown off of me on it. So man, I'm just happy to be back up front running and get to talk to you, man. It's long overdue to be back in here.
Well, long overdue indeed, and you get onto the podium now. Obviously, a drop race still early in the season, so not necessarily, kind of a very dire point situation here, but certainly some digging to be done to get back into it. What's the game plan going forward? Knowing knowing you're able to drop that race, knowing you're now able to kind of get your feet under you, get a podium right out the bat, being back. What's the game plan going forward to kind of dig yourself back into this points battle?
Yeah, just like running hard in the races that we've got. I mean, we've got. It looks like we're going to have pretty big car count fields, so that means there's a lot of points in play, which means, being consistent, running top 10s, top 5s is going to be, huge in this. And, I think that's just it, is just kind of running clean and putting myself to, score maximum points that we can. So, man, it's going to be tough. There's a lot of new faces and a lot of really tough drivers out here, and it's competition is going to ramp up. So, we're just going to fight up front with them and just see what happens after that.
Well, absolutely a third-place finish for you here tonight in Kansas. So before I let you go and enjoy it and celebrate it just a little bit, is there anybody you'd like to thank or shout out?
Yeah, everybody, Misfit Motorsports. Rusty had a tough night. He kind of got pinched on that caution, ran out of fuel, and it kind of killed his night. But everybody else, Christian had a good run. Hunter had a good run, top five. So, as a group that, we kind of started running with, I think, happy with how things turned out. I want to thank Austin for watching behind me, although he's playing Roblox, so he's really not paying attention. Katie out there for watching. Everybody with the Challenger group. Dawson, we'll see you. We'll see you next season for Tuesday nights, right?
Oh, absolutely. I
There we
fully
go.
plan on being there.
There we go. All righty. So, man, really looking forward to that. Looking forward to kicking ass in this season. And, man, I just appreciate everybody out there.
Well, fun to have you back. A good run for you here tonight in your return to the series, a third place effort. So go enjoy it. Go celebrate. We will talk to you soon.
Dawson, thanks, man.
Matt Hayden in the sixth, coming back to the series and kind of soft launching a future project here on PGR eSports. Well, I'll talk more about that as it gets closer here in the new year, but a fun new adventure for myself and for PGR. We'll go to the man who finished second, the man who I thought had one of the best shots at Andrew Freenosh now 2 weeks running, Christian Strader, but again, comes up one spot short. We'll see what he learned, see what he figured out, see maybe if he's starting to catch up to Andrew Freenosh a little bit. Hey, Christian, it's Dawson in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Dawson, how you doing, man?
Well, not too bad. Look, kind of the same situation as Rockingham, a similar situation to Las Vegas where a couple guys have a shot, a couple guys have a look, and I thought tonight this was the best test that Andrew Freenosh had gotten. He had to work for this one. You come up one spot short again, but hey, a second place finish, nothing to scoff at. Take me through your eventful night here at Kansas.
Honestly, I just felt like I was following the leader. It was a it was a good night. Like I felt good, I felt fast, but you get back a little bit. Sometimes the restarts were getting me, losing a couple spots. It's hard to keep pace with them. You just grab just a little bit of tire, and it makes it hard to keep them and run them down.
Well, nonetheless, a second place finish is obviously probably exactly what the doctor ordered. Another good run, another consistent run, a strong run for you as well. And I kind of want to know, I'm going to ask Andrew the same thing here in a minute. Do you kind of feel like guys are starting to catch on? Are guys starting to pick up the pace? Or what are you guys doing differently? Kind of just explain, like, the game plan going in. Andrew's got that much pace, but it felt like you guys kind of had his number at a couple times tonight. Were able to keep up with him. What changed? What was different? What's the game plan going forward?
It definitely picking up the pace a little bit. I feel like there's a few guys in the field that really have and kind of starting to close the gap a little bit more. The big thing is kind of going into these races knowing that he's going to be quick, and then and taking your time to learn and watch him as you're following him on the track and trying to pick up just like the little small things that he does that are a little bit different than what you're doing. And I think that eventually we'll start seeing a little bit more people challenging for the lead. I think that we'll see closer racing up front. But it's just going to take a little bit of time. Andrew is an excellent driver. So I think that we'll see some people get there. It's always good to have somebody to kind of push you and make you want to be a little bit better. It's you get out front and you don't make the changes. You see it all the time in real life racing, and it kind of sets you back and says that, hey, there's a little bit more to find.
Well, starting to find it tonight, it looked like a couple moments there where guys are starting to close that gap. Well, now as we look forward, obviously a good run for you here again tonight, a second place. You're back in the heat of the points battle. Obviously, technically the defending champion, if you will, of this series still at this point here in Season 4. So second place, certainly exactly what the doctor ordered, I am sure. So before we let you go, a second place finish for you. Who do you want to thank or shout out?
Just thanks to my team, Hunter, Matt, Rusty. They always help out, keep morals up, and then and kind of let you know what's going on, cut you a couple breaks, and then of course you guys and Alex for putting everything together and getting the broadcast on.
Another fun night here at Kansas, another strong one here for you. Second place for you tonight. Go enjoy it, go celebrate. We'll talk to you soon.
See you soon, Dawson.
Christian Strader in the 29 now getting to the winner. Man that once again finds a way, perseveres, and ends up back in not only PGR victory lane, but also OP Racing Throwback Series victory lane. It's Andrew Freenosh. Hey, Andrew, it's Dawson in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we're starting to get used to this now. 3 in a row for you here at Kansas. And now, granted, although you led a lot of laps tonight, a little bit less calm, a little bit less cruising per se, and a little bit more work that you had to do for it. So, obviously, first up, before we get into anything, reflect on your night and what it's like to be back in victory lane for the third week in a row.
Yeah, I feel so blessed to be able to win again. This race was crazy. I came in, did testing laps, and I thought it was going to be top. And then we got going, and it was bottom. I ran top for qualifying, so kind of put myself back there a little bit. So, yeah, just kind of adapting as we went. Ran the bottom. Was kind of doing a hybrid of top 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4. So it was really, I was not as prepared as I probably should have been. I was kind of guessing with the lines. Then I had my force feedback on the wheel, and I'm hitting buttons trying to drive, battling with the 29 there. So it was eventful, but very, very happy to pick up the win.
So I just asked Christian this, and I kind of want to get your take on it as well. Again, you mentioned it, kind of doing a little bit more work in this one, it felt like, than, especially the Las Vegas race, but Rockingham last week as well. We'd see guys keep up for 10 or 15 laps. We then see a drive away, kind of turned on the burners a little bit about halfway through the run and drove away. Tonight, it really was not the case. There was one time you drove away. Other than that, guys are able to keep up. And I kind of want to see from your perspective as well. Are guys starting to pick stuff up? What do you see guys doing differently that's allowing them to kind of keep up with you in these races?
I think these guys are fast. I mean, they were fast from the first race that I've been here. So, really, we're going to Kansas. I'm not a big fan of 1.5 tracks, and I think that kind of showed tonight. But like I said, these guys are fast. They kept up with me in the short run. I'm really a specialist on the long run, so I felt like I could save my tires, and I felt like I pulled away a little bit. But unfortunately, we keep getting cautions rather than cycling through pit cycles. So that's where my strength is. Short run, if I'm at a track I like, I might pull away a little bit. But these guys are fast. They'll learn. I'm sure from what I'm doing, and they'll be right on my bumper, if not far ahead of me. And I'm ready for that. I try to prepare as much as I can. But like I said, give it a few weeks, and these guys are gonna be even further ahead of me than right now.
Well, tonight they gave you their best shot, but it does not work. Once again, 3 races in a row, you're in victory lane. So before I let you go and celebrate yet another victory here, 3 for 3 for you in your Throwback Series career. Is anybody you'd like to thank or shout out?
Big thanks to Alex for letting me in here. I gotta say, for one guy doing a broadcast, you do an amazing job. Love watching him back. I'm coming from a league that we ran Race Spot, which is high class, and you're right up there with them. So all the fans, I hope we put on a good show. It was a lot of fun driving, and all the drivers in this league really enjoyed it, and have a good week.
Well, certainly appreciate you talking to us. Congratulations on the win. Appreciate the kind words as well. Go enjoy it. Go celebrate. We will talk to you very soon.
Have a good night.
Andrew Freenage, your winner from Kansas, and his 3rd race in a row that he goes to OP Throwback Series Victory Lane. Head on over to PGR eSports, our main page. The broadcast already up. It's the Intimidator Super Speedway Series from Talladega, the Craftsman Trucks. Austin Green, Matt Metler will have you all the way in that one for all the racing action over there. And that's going to all but do it for us here from Kansas. And look, Andrew was right. These guys adjusted, and these guys are starting to figure something out. You heard Christian say they're just chipping away. They're trying to pick things up from him. They're trying to pick some speed up, find just that little bit of speed they were maybe lacking here, kind of shell-shocked by Andrew Freenage. And soon, tonight was a kind of a chipping away moment. Another, okay, we're going to give you our best shot. We're going to see what we can learn, what we can take, and we're going to take it from here. And we're in for some classics down the road. Tonight, a couple moments of really, really good racing. Certainly hope that you all enjoyed it as much as I did. We'll be back next Thursday for the race from Darlington Raceway, the spot of one of our best races in series history back in Season 1. And Tyler Bentley, Isaiah Dupree know that place well. Tyler Bentley, I'm sure, going to reflect on that race next week as we head back to Darlington for the first time since that race. Can't wait for that one. That's next Thursday. Reminder, 2 weeks from tonight is the Christmas holiday break as we all obviously prepare to celebrate the holiday. That'll actually be December 26th, where we're going to take the holiday, and we hope you do as well, same as we did for the Thanksgiving holiday. So looking forward to obviously celebrating the holiday, but also continuing the meat of this season. 4 races down, and boy, we got a good season upcoming. Hope you'll stay with me for the remainder of this 4th campaign. Andrew Freenage wins again at Kansas, his 3rd win in a row in the Throwback Series. Head on over and catch Austin Green's call, Austin Green and Matt Metler's call, the Intimidator Super Speedway Series.